I'm gonna jump really quickly into this video, but basically some of you were asking me about a work routine, and I posted on my Instagram whether you guys wanted to see a work routine or a fun summer look first, and most of you voted for a work routine. So here I am. I'm gonna be doing kind of two fun looks. It's the same steps for my complexion with a small twist at the end. That pretty much allows some flexibility for you if you want a more nude, kind of simmer down look to make it more appropriate for your work environment, or a more kind of sassy, fun, summery, lively look. But yeah, if you're interested in that, then keep watching, my friend. And I'm sure you already know by now, skin prep is so important. So with that being said, I'm gonna get started with some moisturizer slash SPF. In my case, I have combination skin, and even though it is so important to moisturize, even if you have oily and combination skin, because if you don't, your skin will overproduce oils throughout the day to try to make up for that moisture you're not giving it. I personally like to combine my moisturizer and SPF, because at the same time, I also want to avoid having a glazed donut look. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be using this clean product by Acure. It's the Radically Rejuvenating SPF Day Cream. Just a quick note on warming up things on your hands before you actually put it on the face. You're gonna see I'm gonna do the same thing with a lot of the other products I'm gonna be putting on my face today, because it makes such a difference. It applies the product so much better. It makes everything so much better. This product is still new to me. I am trying to do my best to switch over to clean, organic, vegan, the whole shebang type of skincare products, at least. Not necessarily makeup. Not ready for that yet. And this is one of the products I've been trying out. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it yet, because even though it feels good on the skin, and I like that it kind of dries up and gets kind of sticky, but I think my makeup is not lasting as long as it usually does with it. But I'll let you guys know how I feel about it later on. Now, step numero dos is going to be an eye cream. And I've been using this Bliss I Do All Things Hydrating Eye Gel to Depuff and Brighten. That was a long name. Jeez. I'm not gonna put it too close to my eye. I'm just gonna put it right underneath. So while I let that kind of set down and do what it's gotta do, I am gonna prime my face. And I'm gonna be taking this Reveal Color Correcting Radiant Primer on the outer parts of my face. It has some sort of beads in the mixture. So when you blend it all together, it basically adjusts to your skin color. I love applying this primer on the outer parts of my face, especially, ew. The reason why I don't use it in the center of my face, as I mentioned before, is that I have combination skin, and I don't want my face to become way too greasy too fast throughout the day, because guys, 8-hour workday. But it does give a nice glow to the skin. Voila. Next product is going to be the primer that I'm gonna apply in the center of my face, and I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I was trying this primer out and I was not sure if I liked it, but I think I figured it out. So what I'm gonna do is take some with my finger, and I'm gonna take the back of my hand and just start warming up this primer. Guys, I heard so many people talking about how important it is to warm up products in the back of your hand, and I'd be like,
whatever, that's just what people say.
I started doing it. Dude, it's so worth it. I honestly really enjoy this primer now. And so once I put it in those areas, I'm gonna start kind of dabbing it in, and I'm gonna bring it underneath my eyes a bit. But it is a little bit pore filling and more so smoothing. My skin is officially ready to get concealed. For my everyday work makeup concealer, I'm gonna be using the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Serum Concealer. This concealer has to be your skin color. We are not highlighting under the eyes, we're concealing. There's a difference. So it has to be your skin color. But what I'm gonna do is take it right here, again, the back of my hand, and I'm gonna give it a few seconds to warm up in the back of my hand. I already have my wet blender right here. I'm using the Juno sponge. And now that it's been on my hand for a little while, I'm gonna dab my sponge in it, and I'm gonna start going under my eyes. As you can see, I'm taking my time. I am taking it over my eye, around my nose, and bringing it out this way. I'm also going to take some on the sides of my mouth and chin. I also want to mention, I love putting it on the back of my hand now instead of directly to my face. And it's not for sanitary reasons. I honestly could care less. It's more so the fact that you are bringing a controlled amount of product to your face. I feel like we don't realize how much unnecessary product we bring to our face when we apply directly to our face. And don't get me wrong, this is a recent thing. I always have applied directly to my face. And sure, you get more coverage that way, but it also doesn't last as long. So as you can see, there's no need for foundation. I was able to conceal even this pimple that is still kind of showing, but it's totally fine. We are human and
We get pimples.
if you did want to highlight a little bit, which I'm personally not feeling like it's necessary today, I have a lighter shade of a concealer here. And what I do is, instead of putting it all the way up here now, like I used to before, I'm putting it in this area. So the concealer that's my skin tone would go directly under the eyes, and then right beneath it would be the highlighting concealer. And for the most smoothing, beautiful powder that has ever existed on the face of this earth, Maybelline Fit Me. And I'm gonna take the other side of my sponge and going right into the powder, I'm just gonna dab it once, then take the cap and just tap off any excess, start setting right underneath. I never bake. I'm just not into it. However, I do love to use a sponge because it provides the best coverage. So I just keep pressing it until it disappears on the face. And guys, trust me, if you do this, game changer. Your skin will look so flawless. But as I'm doing that, I'm also kind of bringing it out. It's so smoothing, guys. It's like stupid hot in Florida and extremely humid. So for a bit more coverage, I would go in with this product. This is the Bare Minerals Blemish Remedy Powder. I love this. This is so beautiful on the skin. It adds so much coverage. It's absolutely gorgeous and it keeps you matte all day long. Right now we're trying to go for the simplest thing, so I'm not gonna be adding that. Just know that that's an option if you wanted a bit more coverage. Moving right along. What is English? Guys, I have a hair on my face and I can't see it, but I feel it.
Hate when that happens.
I'm gonna take this fluffy brush. I have been gravitating to the bronzer in this Cover FX palette, but I've been using it so much that I need to switch. I need to change. So give me a second. For a more affordable product, I have the Milani Baked Bronzer. And I am gonna bronze my face since even without concealer and after everything on, my body is still darker than my face. Oh my word. It's bad. Of course, I'm not using foundation, so it's a little bit harder to achieve the color that the rest of my body has on top and underneath. For blush, you have two options. But there's the Pixie by Petra Multi-Balm Stick and then the Milani Baked Blush. These are both in my summer favorites because they're beautiful. This is by far my favorite discovery of this year. However, it is very naturally glowy. So it leaves your cheeks kind of wet and a little bit tacky. But since I have combination skin and this is a work look, I want my face to last as long as possible. So I'm gonna set that one aside. If you have dry skin, this is a great option though. For now, I'm just gonna use my Milani Baked Blush. It's still gonna add glow to my face, but it's powder, so it's gonna stay nice and matte. So for a highlight, I'm gonna take whatever's left of this Morphe highlight in the shade Spark. A more fluffy highlighting brush gives you a more diffused, like natural looking highlight, in my opinion. This is like a really pretty, almost like rose gold highlight. I think it's really pretty and appropriate for work. Of course, I like to add it to the inner corner because it makes you look a lot more awake, especially in the morning. I'm gonna be using this Catrice Cosmetics setting spray, and I just like to do one in the middle, side, and then my other side. Could you use a more matte setting spray for work? Definitely. And honestly, I've been looking for one, My favorite one used to be the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day spray, but that thing is like 22 bucks.
The girl's trying to save money.
So let me know if you have any matte setting spray recommendations, because I'm looking for one. I'm definitely looking one. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do my brows off camera, but I have been using this product a lot in my last few videos. So if you're interested in seeing that brow routine that I'm about to do, just go ahead and watch one of those videos. So this is the turning point. This is where the look can go one way or another. And so depending on where you work or what look you're going for that day, these are kind of my two go-to options. I'm gonna take the ColourPop What's Your Sign lipstick. And this is a super beautiful nude shade, kind of like a pinky nude. I'll show you. You could leave it like this, or you can go ahead and apply a gloss on top. And then this right here would be your finished look. But if you're like me and you feel sassy some days and you kind of want to add just a bit more color, a more bold look would be taking a lipstick like the Creme Fraiche Velvet Blur ColourPop lipstick. It's more of an orangey one since I'm wearing a kind of orange right now. No joke, guys. This feels so velvety on the lips. But look at that pop of color. It's so bright and beautiful. However, I want to add something to the eyes to kind of tie it all together. And so I'm going to dip into this cute little ColourPop palette. And it's super simple. It literally will take you a few seconds. But what you're gonna do is take this shade right here. It's like a bronzy shade. I like to kind of mix it with the gold shade. These are so creamy. So literally, it's so easy to apply with your finger. But you're gonna start just putting it all over the lid. You are 10 times sassier than you were before. So I really hope at least you were able to take some steps or maybe some advice or maybe some products out of this video. And as per usual, if you're going through something, girl, if there is anything going on in your life that you just need a friend, you simply need someone to come alongside you and say, hey, I'm here for you in whatever way I can be there for you, then please don't feel afraid or weirded out to reach out to me. Whether that's leaving a comment down below if you feel comfortable doing that, or direct messaging me on Instagram, email me, whatever it may be, go for it. I want to pray with you. I want to pray for you. And I want to see God come through for you together. Let's do that together. So with that being said, this is the end of the video. Click. I don't know, like I feel like something's supposed to happen so this video finishes, but okay, bye.